Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage one of the finest people I know, Galgafar the Bronchenoid!
Greetings, puny humans. Galgafar the Bronchenoid here with you tonight to admonish you about your pathetic political system. What is Galgafar and why is he here? We Bronchenoids have always been among you. You do not see us because we do not wish it. But we are among you. Watching, waiting for the day when the great old ones will rise from their slumber and consume your fetid little planet like a fat kid eating a donut hole. Not that you sub-creatures would have noticed, but my kind has been shared this planet with you primates for about 240,000 years. It's kind of like that show Ancient Aliens. Except for none of the things that they say are true, and those people are all idiots, but you get the idea. Galgafar did not intend to appear before you tonight in his jammies, but time gets away from a Bronchenoid, you know? He only woke from his rejuvenating slumber about 80 years ago, and it takes literally decades to put his face on. You ladies know what Galgafar is saying here. Now, I understand that your particular group of ape people labor under a delusion that you control your destiny by choosing your own leaders. Democracy, as I think your loin product is calling it now. Laughable! But then Galgafar does not pretend to understand your primitive and farcical superstitions. All Galgafar knows is what he sees on that farcier invention that you have now, which, by the way, is awesome. Galgafar approves. He used to have to leave the house to see your species shitting themselves and mating within your immediate bloodlines, but now he can see it from his living room. Well done. Galgafar is here tonight at the expense of his comfort and certain of his annoyance to talk to you about the election held in your Continental Geographic unit recently. All Galgafar can say is, plot twist, did not see that one coming. Galgafar totally expected that you would choose the pro-war corporate centrist with the vagina, because if I know one thing about you milk suckers, you love a pro-war corporate centrist. But this time with the vagina, because that would be progress, and that's good enough. But then you flip the script entirely. You pick that rich jackass from the terrible job interview program. What are they calling him? Galgafar Hearst Cheeto Mussolini, yes? Anyway, it was a bold-ass move, Earth people. Props to your narrative skills, primitive as they are. Galgafar has no idea what's going to happen next season. He's just along for the ride. See where they're going with this whole thing? Anyway, it should be moderately interesting when Galgafar needs a break from the Kardashians, which is most of the time. Galgafar understands that not all of your people are content with the results of this election. Cheeto is bad for the Muslims, Galgafar is. Cheeto is bad for the brown people. Cheeto is bad for the pussy. Galgafar doesn't pretend to understand that this racism thing that you're doing now, because you humans are all one race and you're all terrible. No, really, you suck balls, and it's frankly a little comical that you think that you don't. Just smell yourself sometimes. Galgafar dares you. Galgafar doesn't understand the sexism thing either, but then Galgafar doesn't pretend to understand your disgusting habits of sexual reproduction. Galgafar reproduces as the great old ones intended by injecting his egg sacs into the neck of an unsuspecting and doomed host creature, who is probably not your mom. Probably. Galgafar would take a wait-and-see approach about that if he were you. About his egg sacs in your mom. What's the worst that could happen? One thing that Galgafar knew was going to continue no matter who won: fracking. And Galgafar is here to tell you he loves him some motherfucking fracking. It's petroleum in the groundwater. It's groundwater in the petroleum. It's two great tastes that taste great together like peanut butter and ass. You know you're poisoning your water, right? The water that you grow your food in? Never mind, you haven't noticed, you don't care, and Galgafar doesn't give a shit. Anything that brings you chips closer to your destruction is good news, because Galgafar is tired of you. All 8 billion of you and your noise and your filth, and, well, he just wants you gone. Except for the people who make the Farseer programs, they can stay. One other thing, Galgafar has heard a lot of talk lately about draining the swamp. Beware Earth people. Galgafar's Uncle Halfrag is probably down there, and believe me, you do not want the aggravation. You think Galgafar is contemptuous of your pathetic species? You have no idea. 2 words: holiday dinners. In conclusion, Galgafar urges you to keep fracking. Ignore any pain or swelling in your neck. Die off quickly and leave the Farseer. I am Galgafar the Bronchenoid, and I approve this message.